It began in March 2011. Alfred Mutua, then the Kenyan government spokesperson, crossed paths with Lilian, a Kenya Airways cabin crew member. Their meeting was unplanned, sparked by a simple greeting. In a gesture that will shape their decade together, he gave her his card as he left, a small act that will blossom into something significant over time. From that moment, their relationship unfolded. After Mutua's divorce from his first wife, Josephine Thitu, the two cohabited in Lilian's Langata apartment. That tiny space became the staging ground for Mutua's first run for Machakos governor, a campaign that will go on to lead him to victory. As Mutua's political star rose, Lilian stepped into the role of Machakos County First Lady. She supported his campaigns and brought her own vision, championing causes like cancer awareness, gender-based violence, HIV and AIDS support, and youth mentorship. She later questioned why her contributions were not properly documented, leading her to author a mini memoir, Madam First Lady, in 2022. Together, they invested in a hotel, Ndash Enterprises, and built A&L Hotel, co-financing it through a joint loan with mutual guarantees. That partnership underlined their professional as well as personal alliance. They were a power couple, strong individually and driven together. Time, though, brings change. As Lilian entered her 30s, something shifted within her. In a candid interview, she reflected, "When I got into my early 30s, I felt there was more out there, and I wanted to break free, not from the relationship, but to be my own person." She felt a deep emptiness, a sense that despite having everything, something fundamental was missing. She sought counsel from an older friend and discovered philosophy and stoicism. That became her compass, teaching her to recognize what she could change and to let go of the rest. But these inner stirrings didn't sit well with the relationship's dynamic. Lilian described Mutua as a control freak, uncomfortable when she pursued work or leaned into her independence. She shared that he felt threatened when she considered taking a professional job, arguing that she will embarrass him by being self-sufficient. Over time, these conflicts deepened. Lilian decided she will no longer endure men messing up and women forgiving. Their relationship had reached a breaking point. In August 2021, after nearly a decade together, Alfred Mutua and Lilian announced that they had separated. In their social media statements, they presented it as amicable. Lilian said, "I decided to end my long-term relationship. We had a good run and I'm forever grateful. We remain friends." Mutua said, "We decided to slowly disengage, remain very close friends. Lilian has been an excellent first lady." Mutua reaffirmed this on national media. "I was not dumped. We remain friends. Focus on the positive elements of your time together." Yet behind the polished announcements, a very different reality was unfolding. 6 months later, Lilian filed court papers accusing Mutua of harassment. She alleged that he used a spare car key to access and take her personal vehicle without her knowledge. She also claimed that shares she held in their hotel company were transferred without consent, arguing that her signature had been forged. In a dramatic press conference accompanied by her lawyer Philip Mugor, she accused Mutua of declaring she was enemy number one, threatening to crush me to ashes. She described these actions as economic and psychological gender-based violence. In the years that followed, both continued their journeys on divergent paths but finding new purpose. Lilian channeled her voice truthfully through her mini memoir, Madam First Lady, a record of her advocacy work, her desire to shape her own narrative and leave a legacy for her child. It chronicled her role in pushing for a cancer center in Machakos, her leadership in youth and GBV projects, and her determination not to remain silent. She also embraced entrepreneurship, running a travel company, providing ticketing services, and branching into project management for diaspora clients. She managed construction projects too, offering professional supervision for homes built in absentia. In interviews, she reflected on what she learned, that growth is natural, that she and Mutua have found peace and remain good friends, and that happiness must come from within. She moved on personally, forming a relationship with musician Juliani. She described meeting him at the right time, drawn to intelligence and mutual respect. They now share a son and, by her account, a fulfilling family life. Meanwhile, Alfred Mutua continued his political journey. By September 2022, he was appointed Foreign and Diaspora Affairs Cabinet Secretary. In August 2024, he became Labour and Social Protection CS under President Ruto. In 2021, even amid personal turmoil, he had stated that their decision was mature, urging respect in separation and reinforcing that friendship could endure. Their story is not one of failure, but evolution. It speaks to personal growth, changing needs, and the courage to step into one's true self. Lilian's journey was one of asserting identity, establishing independence, and healing through storytelling and entrepreneurship. Mtua's journey has been one of political reinvention and continued ambition, stepping into higher offices even as personal relationships changed. Despite the turmoil, despite public drama, both emerged differently shaped, but not broken.